welcome back to my channel, or welcome to it if it's your first time here. I have some big updates today. You won't believe what happened. Let me pop in a little clip from a couple of days ago when I came out to the garden and I found that 7 of my tomato plants had gone completely missing. Something is eating my tomatoes. This dog is just bent in half. This plant is completely missing. That plant is completely missing. This plant is completely missing. This plant is completely missing. And this plant is almost gone. Well, that plant, totally fine. And all of these down here, totally fine. So that was really frustrating. And I, over the next couple of days, lost another 2 tomato plants. And just this morning noticed I've lost 2 bell peppers. My buddy Chris, who I think I mentioned a couple of videos ago, or maybe on the last video, he's the one that hooked us up with some soil for our garden. He said that he thinks it might be something called damping off, where your starts get too wet and they just can't handle the moisture, so they like twist off, tip over, and die. That may be what's happening because I see signs of it in a couple of the other plants. But what's so weird about it is, why is the plant completely gone? It's just like gone. So he theorized that maybe they're just getting blown away in the wind, which is totally possible because we do live in a very windy spot here where the breeze comes through pretty much every afternoon and during the night. So regardless, I did cover all of the tomatoes. My husband helped me finish that job up. It's not a perfect job, but they're covered, and we haven't lost any more since I did that. However, I did not cover the rest of the garden, and like I said, I woke up this morning, went to check on the garden, and 2 pepper plants are gone. So they can also be affected by damping off, so it's very possible that they also are dealing with that. I did mulch pretty heavily because I wanted to keep the moisture in, and then I overwatered. Lesson learned, I mean, if that's what's happening, it's because of me. It was my fault, I overwatered. If that's not what's happening, I don't know what's getting my plants. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what happens. So I think I'm going to set up a trail cam and just kind of set it up overnight and see if we find anything getting into the plants, because yeah, waking up every morning to plants completely missing is not very fun. So we've put up this netting, and we haven't done like a perfect job of it. Obviously, something can get under here. My husband did go through and do some stapling. We didn't want to make it super permanent because we're gonna have to take it down soon enough. But you can see these tomatoes look good. They look good. One of the most disheartening things was the other day to come out and my biggest, most healthy looking plant was completely missing. That pepper plant, I don't know if it's focusing, but that's all that's left. And I mean, these are pretty healthy, I think. I'm looking at this stem and I'm not seeing any signs of damping off. Typically what you see is the stem rots and then it falls over. So I was looking at the plants yesterday and they looked so healthy. So I'm really surprised to have come out and see, you know, these 2 peppers are gone. I don't know if I'm dealing with critters and damping off. I just don't know. The arugula is super good. It's got a peppery flavor. This week, we did something that I didn't think we were gonna do. I told myself that I was so happy with our duck flock the way it was. And although I really want cayuga ducks, which are all black, I can pop in a picture. They're beautiful ducks. They lay black eggs. Well, at first they fade to a gray egg. The drake gets a really beautiful teal color to it. I've wanted them for a long time, and it's awesome because they're very cold hardy and they are very maternal, so they'll actually hatch an egg, which khaki Campbells don't do. So we decided, even though we wanted cayugas, that we would just wait till we're in a more permanent place. I've mentioned before, we're renting here. Our setup is perfect for our 9 ducks. And I went to our local feed supply store and they had cayugas, which I've never seen them just sitting there to be purchased. I normally see the more popular breeds. But they were there, and I texted Shem, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna come home with like 28 cayuga ducklings today. And he was like, get 2 or 3. And I was like, if you're serious, I'm gonna do it. And he's like, I'm serious. So let me introduce you to our 3 cayuga ducklings.
This is a surprise for you guys.
Well, here they are, the 3 cayuga ducklings. One of them we're actually not positive if it's a cayuga because it has some yellow. It's okay. It has some yellow under its mouth. Show your yellow. Show your yellow. And there's some yellow on the eyes, just little yellow markings on the eyes too. They're so dang cute. Brooding 3 of them is so much easier than brooding 9 at a time. And so I have them in this little Rubbermaid tote. It's one of the larger size totes, actually, I'll show you, but it's working out perfectly. And I think they'll be able to stay in here for a while. Look at those little wing buds, they're so cute. I hope we didn't make a huge mistake. They're so cute, and they are doing really well. We are really excited to see how they do as we integrate them into the flock, which will be this fall, probably later on this summer. So this week, my goal with the garden is to lay down some plastic or landscape fabric. I haven't decided which. I'm gonna go price them out. And I'm gonna try to get rid of all of the weed patch that's growing and just trying to make it a little bit prettier and more pleasant out there. Not that black plastic is much prettier than weeds, but we'll figure out what we're gonna do there to lay on top of it or whatever to make it just a little bit more pleasant. I really don't want to use Roundup. That's my plan this week. I'll be shooting that for you and we'll be sharing that in my video next week. I just want to thank you guys for being here. I don't really know what I'm doing here on YouTube other than just sharing what we're up to week, and I hope at some point it's helpful to somebody. Please stick around and share your thoughts in the comments. I love to hear from you, and I hope you're doing well. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.